All right, and here we are.
What's up, guys?
Pretty quiet. No games last week. We had the podcast last week. We already kind of covered most of everything, so what else do we have to talk about, really?
I don't know, social stuff, random questions. Ooh,
And here we are.
Pandora's box. Ooh, my Pandora's
No
box of
games
doom.
last week. We had the podcast last week. Yeah, I had one person submit a question to me, or a submission as well. It's going to go on one of those cards.
I've heard two things so far, and I approved both of them. So we're missing 8, guys. 8.
One involves you wearing a dress.
I know, I saw that too. I'll allow it.
Actually, no, it was more specific than a dress and wedges.
I can't do wedges. I need my cleats. Sorry. But I'm down for the dress, but you're buying the dress.
Alright.
Thrift stores are great for that, by the way. Just don't ask me how I know that. I'm down. That's good. Those two are good. One's actually Jeff had he was going to do, I think it was the dad bod onesie, I think it is.
Really?
It's the hairy dad bod onesie.
Okay.
I'm all about that. Hell yeah. But I'm keeping it. I'm keeping the onesie. So, just size medium, by the way. Yeah, I need 8 more entries, guys. Crazier the better. Really not going to say no to much. Yeah, so summer
Challenge
draft
accepted. I need to get some suggestions.
So aside from that, what does summer draft league actually look like?
All right, we've got.
No new captains yet.
Obviously, we have 2 full teams now. We're still adding more players here and there. They kind of trickled in after.
It's gonna
last week, couple in.
I feel like we'll get a lot of last minute entries.
No, we had. Last summer, 40 people signed up in the last 2 weeks. And I hate all of you that did that. I'm just saying. Every single one of you.
Well, so this season
No,
will
I
end.
actually love you, but seriously, sign up earlier. Save yourself some money.
Yeah, this season's going to end, and I think once the season ends, you'll get that rush of people signing up, and then it'll be a good time. But we got 2 teams so far. We got Talbot and Alicia.
Yep, Talbot and Alicia.
Then me and Dewey. Danger Zone, and what was the other team name?
Those are the only 2 now. Oh, Bunt Cheeks.
Danger Zone Bunt Cheeks for the draft so far.
So they're wearing purple. What color did you go with?
Like lime green?
Lime green, that's right.
Lime green.
Lime green.
We're going to have custom jerseys anyway, though. Pretty sick.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Oh, man. Oh, we're not driving. I don't know. It's all right, guys.
Anybody watching have any questions?
Yeah, no Game of Thrones. No games last week. We did have a good time at the bar last week.
It is true. Prestige was here. They harassed their own team primarily.
Yes, Prestige was here and definitely roasted some of their own team members.
On stream, too.
Which, hey, you bring your whole team here, this is going to happen. I thoroughly support that. So aside from this week's social challenge is awkward photo.
Yes, awkward photo. Just do something unusual, weird with your team.
Pretty much any photo involving Talb is awkward.
That's true.
That's a good starting point, I think.
It's true.
My second sidebar shit can social challenge, and there'll be a separate prize for this. And this is all my doing. Is started by Prestige Worldwide. They gave me the idea for this, but the shit can social challenge is best karaoke mashup or whatever those clowns do, and best karaoke parody.
There you go, parody.
Make up your own words, make it match the song. And this is totally pioneered by Prestige Worldwide, you guys, because they started doing it. I want to see the rest of the league do it, and I want to judge them all. I think it'd be a great time, guys. Let's come up with some stuff. I did a little, yeah. Anyway, everyone's fine.
Anyway's fine.
They always mix.
Sorry, guys. Tacos showed up.
Yes, for all of you that aren't here, $1 beef, $2
Guys, it's Taco
chicken,
Sunday.
mango, salsa tacos.
Yeah, so karaoke parodies. Bring it on. I want to see somebody take down Prestige Worldwide because they are definitely the karaoke champions right now. I don't think there's any doubt in that.
Except for maybe Mark.
Ooh, yeah.
That's true. Don't forget Mark.
Mark Choi, yeah.
Because actually, And actually, I want to say it was Mark and John from Fusion a week before last, who did the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Pretty legit video.
Don't remember.
Oh, were you not here?
No, I was probably drinking.
Oh, okay. That was pretty good. It's on our
I quit
Facebook
drinking,
group,
by the
though.
way, everyone. I quit drinking.
What?
Yeah, I don't drink anymore, man. It's been like 2 days.
How long is that going to last? 3 days?
Last time it was 2
Two
days.
and a half?
That was Monday,
Alright.
we'll see.
Because normally I would count that by hours, not days.
I mean, I did do 5 buckets last Monday, and that was bad. That was bad. So we were playing mini cornhole on that table over there, and I forgot who did it, but somebody got the bag in my bucket, and I'm like, wait a minute, does that count? Is this like beer pong where if it gets in your drink, you have to chug the whole thing? It was a brand new bucket too. But anywho, yeah, I gotta look good for Bumble, trying to find a nice lady.
Oh. Bumble. How's that going?
Oh, not bad. Okay. A couple dates lined up, you know what I mean?
So how many have you taken here?
Anymore? None.
None. Oh, whoa. Why anymore?
Oh, because the last one I took here, I got yelled at for not paying enough attention to her because, I'm too social, apparently. So,
Wow.
it is what it is. But, anywho, moving along. Karaoke mashup, do it.
All right.
What else?
Kickball question.
Oh, yeah.
What's one rule you want to know about?
I want to know how the league feels about the whole 4 girls or forfeit nonsense. My personal opinion is that because we have people coming from all over. We got people coming from Portsmouth. We got people coming from Hampton. We got people coming from Chesapeake, wherever. And we also have people who's scheduled to play the original schedule before rainouts, before delays, before anything of that nature. And we're starting to run into situations where, we're getting 3 girls. I don't think a whole team should have to pay for that. I think they should take an automatic out and play on. That's fine. If the other captain agrees. If the opposing captain agrees.
I feel what you're saying, because I've been there. Forfeits suck.
Yeah, it's just, so like last week, we forfeited, and unbeknownst to us is that the other team was having the same issues we were having, but we didn't know. So my question would be, if we didn't forfeit at noon and both teams showed up and only had 3 girls, what's the ruling out of that?
Technically, it's forfeit for both teams.
But how can you can't?
However,
do you
schedules
double
allowing, days allowing, I would reschedule that game. Which, for example, if that had happened during the season, that would be rescheduled for this Monday where we had that extra two games. It wasn't.
Yeah, I still think it's a silly rule. I understand people take advantage of it, but if you really need to take advantage of that rule in a Monday night league, you've got some issues of your own to deal with.
It's true.
But
however,
you can identify that though. And you can.
I will say this: it is extremely rare. Well, first I'll give some numbers. Every season, there's about 0 to 2 forfeits. Some seasons there are none. Some seasons there are just 1. Some there are 2. So it's not a frequent thing that happens. You said frequent. It still sucks when it happens. Sure. And there's obviously some scares. Like, you've got 5 girls that are there. 1 cancels last minute. Oh shit, I'm down to 4. If something happens, I'm screwed.
I just love my playing time.
So I totally get that aspect. At the same time, it is rare, extremely rare, that an established team reaches out to me asking for a free agent girl. And typically I have free agents to give.
I feel that's...
So I would say that's partly on the captains for that aspect.
I can agree with that.
And specifically, being commissioner of the league, I typically punish my team the most. Like, I will give any other team a free agent and give them 1 more girl than my team before I take 1 from my team.
Yeah, I definitely think if you don't have, because we have 5 and we already had to forfeit once because of that, because we've got 5 that are pretty consistently here, but I understand, I've done the drive. I drive to Yorktown to play. I get it, especially HRBT and stuff like that. But I really think I don't know. I think as commissioner, I'd kind of force people to have 6 girls, and I don't care what the captain says at that point in time.
Well, look,
it's one girl. You can deal with it.
one of my rules. If you come in with a full team, I don't want to force you to take free agents. I mean, sure, call me nice, whatever. Yes, I could force people on that team.
You're too nice. You're too nice to captains.
If a captain's got a set roster and he's like, know what, my girls are reliable, they're going to be there.
It's not like we're playing
I will still ask. I'll ask, are you sure you don't want a girl? And I will do it typically multiple times.
Be meaner.
But I won't force one on.
Oh, I'm playing time. See, this is why in summer draft, I'm going to draft like 8 girls and call it a day. I'm going to draft all the girls.
You can't.
Yeah, no, I'm going to have all
No,
girls.
you are capped based on the total number of girls available because they get evenly distributed. However, if it's not an even
Why can't
split,
they have an all-girl
you can
team?
steal an extra girl.
I want an all-girl team.
Well, then you know what? Get a bunch of girls to sign up so that the ratio is higher.
Oh.
Get girls to sign up so it's a 50-50 split, and then you can take all the girls you
That's
want.
so Walker. You don't like it. You have to do something about it. Okay.
Yeah, get people to sign up. Do something about it.
Is that like a handbook where that comes from? Like, all right, fair enough. Whatever.
But no, that is one catch with the draft is we cap you at we give you a minimum. We give you a minimum, and so like. Let's say there's enough for 6 girls for every team. Every team has to draft 6 girls, but let's say there's 3 extra girls.
Now, what if
anybody can draft those 3 extra girls?
Now, what if I get in a physical altercation with my co-captain over my drafting order versus her drafting order?
If you guys cannot handle it yourselves,
I don't know.
I would preside over an official rock, paper, scissors to determine.
Okay, you heard it there, Dewey. Rock, paper, scissors it is.
If you guys cannot agree, I mean, technically, one of you guys is the captain and one's the co-captain, so captain
I'm
has
definitely captain.
priority. So.
Definitely captain. Definitely.
I don't know. I think Dewey
Tom
may
and
be.
Dewey, not Dewey and Tom.
I think Dewey may be wearing the pants in that captain relationship.
Oh God, here we
go. You got a comment on that one? Oh, come on, read the comment. No.
Oh, it's just Dewey's teammates standing up for her.
Tom by Dewey, and then Margaret. Dewey would win that fight. Okay.
I'm gonna tell. But I don't know. Yeah, we don't have a lot to talk about this week.
Going back to the forfeit thing, so a lot of people throw out.
I thought we were past that.
I want to fully discuss because I know there's a lot of questions about it. There's 2 factors to that. One reason we can never allow outside subs, the waiver issue. That's actually a serious legal issue.
No, wait. So what about outside subs? What about subs from another team already in the league?
That would be something that would be legally, as far as the waiver issue possible. But then you have the rules issue too.
What rules issue?
Well, the rules issue, you're not allowed to exchange roster players and stuff like that.
Right, but so typically the way it's been done in that fashion is you only allow it during normal season, and you can't be like, okay, well you can't like teams can't consistently be a down a girl and consistently pick up some, other player that. If it's always the same thing happening,
yeah, I mean,
I've
seen it where it's been capped before, like a max of 2 substitutes, two.
I mean, obviously, I think they should allow that. And obviously, if a team is abusing that, then they're not allowed to do it, and that's a judgment call. But I think it's silly for people to miss out on a night of playing because of scheduling conflicts. And we're all adults here. Life's happens. Stuff happens.
No,
Traffic happens.
And like I said, I understand. It's frustrating to forfeit. It really is.
I understand that too. I mean,
and I've had teams and there's one rule that I do bend. One kind of legal workaround, the injury situation. So there's teams that legitimately have had a couple girls injured, can't play. So I tell those teams, look, if you get your girl to show up at the field, you don't have to forfeit.
Yeah, but you're basically taking an automatic out anyway.
Effectively, because realistically, that girl could sit in a chair at the plate and watch 3 strikes go by and she's out. Or she could sit 100 yards out in the outfield, not involved in the play.
What if the ball hits the chair and not her? Is that a dead ball? That's technically a dead ball at that point.
All right, technically you have to stand at home plate. But, still, it's a kind of situation where if there's an injured player, we don't want to penalize a team for getting their team out. because it's about participation. That's what it's about.
I think if I think it shouldn't be abused. I think it should be a captain-to-captain discussion. I mean, I don't know. I just think it's. I don't like coming out on Mondays and not playing. Let's put it that way.
The captain. The issue that I run into as a commissioner. So let's say your game where you're expecting a forfeit. Both captains say, "Hey, we're going to allow this game to count. We're fine with it counting. We're going to play."
Okay.
And the two captains agree on it, right? Well, then that sets a precedent. Then, say there's one team that's going to forfeit. They want to play short against a team that maybe a weaker team, and they're like, you know what? We don't know if we can beat them. We want to take the forfeit. And then I got to deal with the other team saying, well, you let us play the other time, or you let that other team play. So that's one thing I have to do as a commissioner. Is I have to be consistent with all the decisions
I'll just go
I make.
with allow girls in the league to sub. Make things a lot easier.
And I will add this, when it comes up to Club Walker rule discussions, the substitution issue is something that is brought up semi-frequently for the annual rules discussion. And with WACA being as national it is, it's not something that's like, hey, it's just our league, we're going to make a decision for our league. We try to stay consistent.
We should be three-way call Brenton in this one. Like, hey man, what's up?
But the bigger issue too is I have played in leagues that have in-league substitutions, automatic outs for girls being short, and what typically happens, without exception, those teams roster as few girls as they can. Because, and all they do is they're like, you know what, we'll have our girls here for the playoffs. Every team makes the playoffs, so there's no penalty for losing a bunch of games during the season being short girls, taking automatic out, stuff like that.
Still, strength of. Well, I don't know. I don't think this league is quite that competitive where we're really there yet.
Yeah. Hey, you have been on a team that benched girls during the playoffs to maximize your chances of winning. So some teams are there.
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
some teams are there.
Never said I agreed to that call, but I also wasn't the captain then.
So it's part of the thing. Some teams take it more competitively than others. Why are you covering your shirt up?
I know, no reason.
But no, I mean it is what it is, and it's something that Club Waka, we're always receptive to feedback. Something that always gets picked up and we always
Something to
discuss.
consider,
So,
I would say. All right, moving on.
all right, so enough about forfeits.
Nothing.
Any non-forfeit or rostering related rules questions you want to know about? Any controversial calls this season you feel should be explained? Come on, give me something to answer.
I don't know.
Come on.
I'm more of the argue on the spot type of dude. I'll come in off the outfield in a fury. Okay.
Oh, let me think. What's I'm trying to think of a rule that's come up during this season.
He's probably ready.
Let's talk about base running and the right of the runner versus the right
yes, that
of
is actually a good
defense.
one. All right.
Because there's a lot of confusion in that right now. Because I understand so did the rule change? What's the current rule on interference, if you would?
So, the way the rules read, and there is some ambiguity there that leaves it up to ref discretion. The runner has a right to the base path.
Yes.
At all times, they have a right to the base path.
Unless.
However, a fielder has a right to make an active play on the ball. So that seems very simple in its outset, but then you get into the weird situations like, hey, the first baseman's got his foot on first base, the throw was a little bit inside of him, he reaches to catch it running across the path of the base runner. At that point, it's a referee's call. The referee makes the call if the base runner was prevented getting to first base based on the player in the field catching the ball. If that is the case, then they're safe at first.
Well, we might have a special guest here in a minute. Come on, bro.
So I mean, that's an instance that it's pretty clear cut.
I got one. You maybe quit drinking, remember?
More complicated situation. And probably the most common place you see this is third base.
Put this right here.
Whoa, what are you doing?
Keep talking. No, you're good.
Uh-oh.
Bonus special guest here.
So the most common place you see this is third base. You got a third baseman covering third base, the runner's coming in, and they're pretty much almost covering the entire bag, and the runner's going to third. So again, referee's discretion. The runner is supposed to be allowed a path to the bag. In other words, you can't physically block a runner from getting to the bag. However, there's also the ambiguity the fielder can make an active play on the ball.
Right.
So again, it's a referee's discretion call.
I mean, what's the you can't prevent a player from actually trying to make a catch,
Right.
or field the ball just because it's in the baseline.
Right.
Now, obviously, if it's coming from behind, the runner's not going to see that. But if it's in front,
Again, it's a referee's call. The referee has to make a decision. You know, hey, did the fielder prevent the runner getting to the base? In other words, the referee almost has to make the decision, would the runner have been safe without the player being there? And that's, in my opinion, that's the toughest call in the entire game for a referee to make. Because unlike a safer out call at first, which is pretty cut and dried, even though it can be close sometimes. Hi, what's your name, by the way?
Marcus.
Matt. Nice to meet you.
That Marcus in his house.
At the same time,
Beautiful special guest.
the situation like at third base, that's a drastic change in a game. That's safer out, potentially a runner in scoring position, guaranteed to run, versus out, potentially ending the inning or getting there. So that's rough. But again, it's referee's discretion. And I can almost guarantee you every single time this comes up, the offensive team is going to say, my runner was blocked from the bag, and the defensive team is going to say, my player was just playing it, the runner wasn't going to make it.
And I think that's the point is a lot of people scream interference really quick. And it's but there's an active play being made. What do you think there, Mr. Marcus? You've been playing a while, or had played for a while?
If you're making a play at the ball, it's not interference.
Yep. That's what I think. Sorry, welcome Mr. Matt Vargas, our special guest. Random ass special guest.
I know, I was just driving by.
A kickball all-star in his own.
I don't know, I'm still in.
Should. DC reunion.
I'm going to be in Europe.
Oh.
But no, it's in my opinion, it's one of the hardest things for a ref to call because it's very judgmental. Like I said, first is a little bit easier. Third's more difficult. Because the other thing that comes up, especially at third base, well, were they just making an active play on the ball, or did they position themselves in a really horrible position that didn't allow the runner to get there? Because that is actually, especially with inexperienced players, probably the more common issue that arises.
Also, experienced runners too. Running the inside of the plate when there's obviously someone there, you're kind of silly to do that. But
The rules in place for the safety of the player. Like,
That is correct.
ultimately.
That is correct.
I don't know a whole lot of talk about because there weren't any games this week. So
There's no games this week?
last week. So this is for last Monday.
Okay.
So it's Memorial Day. There's nothing. We got Flotopia to talk about. We're not going to talk about Flotopia.
Yeah, we're talking about football. So while we're here, let's throw up just a reminder for the games.
So I got to tell Matt here about my little Pandora's Box challenge.
Oh,
So for Draft League, Summer Draft League, we needed, 10 players to make.
yes.
So Dewey and I are captaining a team. And we needed,
I think it was 9. I think it was 9.
we need 9 or 10 players to sign up to announce us. So I said, the next 10 people that sign up get to put a dare on an index card,
Oh my.
and I get to draw it, and I have to do it. If I don't do it, I get to buy them drinks here.
Oh.
So we got two entries so far. One's
Where do I sign up?
Walking.com.
I'm not going to play.
It's too late now.
Oh,
Too late. You already missed it. That's one I'd be scared of. There's a couple people I was scared that were gonna. I'm still scared a little bit, but So right now it's one I have to wear a dress the first day of the games for Draft League. They said it's normal. I know.
Okay, yeah. All right.
But they said wedges too, but I'm like, nah, I need cleats. I can't play in wedges. That's just injury waiting to
Actually, they
happen.
might have said you had to show up to the game. They might have not specified that you had to play in them.
They do. They watch the
Shenanigans.
driver.
And the second one was a dad bod onesie, I believe.
Dad bod onesie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All stuff I normally
Take
do.
a
I mean,
picture of yourself. That's okay. Yeah.
talk about it.
Whoever made those dares are wonderful,
They don't know me.
There's still like what, 7 more sitting out there that haven't come out?
8. There's 8 more, I think. Get those dares coming,
Yeah,
guys.
so if you're one of the people
Let's get
that's
going.
got one of those dares, step up your game. I'm just saying, step up your
There's
game.
not much I won't do.
And if your dare is too extreme,
And no drinking dares, because I'll kill you guys.
if it's too extreme, Tom has to buy you a drink. So that's a pretty good deal.
My only rules were you can't get me arrested and can't get me fired.
but you can go to Nancy's Nook and go into this section where you have to show your ID, and there's tons of stuff.
And this is why I'm glad you didn't sign up.
Tons of stuff in there that we could
Actually,
use.
if you want to sign up, I think there's one dare spot still available.
There's not. You already announced the teams last week.
No, but it was for 10 people.
Yeah, we need 10.
I think there's still one spot left out of it.
I see Matt's. Great. It's okay. I can't buy him a drink. He doesn't drink in the
Oh
US.
man, that's a paradox thing.
Yeah, he doesn't drink in the US.
Quandary.
I'll Venmo you $8 when you're in Europe.
Okay.
Alright. So, next week's games. Fusion and Kick James, the rematch.
Margaret was number 9.
Uh-oh.
Did she?
Margaret,
Yep.
what was your
She didn't do one yet.
what was your dare?
Speaking of Nancy's Nook, she was the one getting harassed last week. Where you don't watch the podcast. Her whole team was here last week, and while she was signing up, they were heckling the shit out of her. It was absolutely, it was awesome.
Also, 6:30 Prestige versus Kick Names.
Maybe.
Maybe.
When is this, tomorrow?
Yes.
Is there rain in the schedule?
This is the makeup week.
Okay.
Makeup games and playoffs next week.
Okay.
7:30 games. New Kicks on the Block versus SK Commandos. Are you gonna have enough girls this week?
I hope so.
These are like so logical.
So that's live. This is that's
Yeah,
live
no,
what we're
I
doing
get
here.
that because
And that's the
And
delay.
then Elite versus Kick Names. Kick Names has the doubleheader.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. We'll see.
Allegedly.
All right. Quick review of the standings. Some changes. Well, not since last podcast, but Elite, Kick Names, Prestige, SK Commandos. So Kick James and Fusion will be playing for the 5th or 6th seed. So that's a somewhat important game.
I think even if we forfeit tomorrow, we're still stuck in 4th.
If you actually no, if you forfeit, you will drop down to 5th
And then we play who?
because you get a negative 0.75 points.
Oh my god.
And then
If we forfeit, I'm gonna start beating my girls with rubber hose.
so Prestige Kick Names.
You know what? Maybe I will go Nancy's Nook.
That game would have been huge. We'll see. See if it pans out that way.
Pretty sure all the girls on my team would actually enjoy it.
Are you allowed to talk about dodos on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk about anything.
All right, so they have this they have this new double-sided one I saw. It's for Pride Month. Rainbow straight across.
Did you buy it?
Yeah,
Can I borrow it?
naturally.
Not for. Can I borrow it for kickball?
Yeah.
All right. Is it what? Never mind.
On the social side of things, we've got Jenga. Is our bar game. And Awkward Photo.
Oh, you also missed this because you're late. But my shit can social challenge has karaoke parodies.
Who gave you that name?
Some guy met him on Craigslist. Kind of,
What was your
Wait. You got your nickname for somebody been on Craigslist?
yeah, it's this guy.
Okay.
Shit can Tommy.
Yeah, you see the jersey?
Yeah, that's great. So like German.
Shit con.
From the guy who knows. You believed it.
I lost my train of thought there.
Left that one. brought
So
it in.
yeah, Shake Hand Souls challenge is karaoke parodies.
Karaoke parody.
Yeah.
Like our story.
So basically, pick a song, and you can find them all over the internet. There's a ton of them out there. But
Yeah, we have.
what Talbin? What did you guys do last week? They did Wonderwall, but they changed the lyrics to shave my balls or something like that.
Okay, so
It
like
was really funny.
something like Weird Al.
So for the
Yeah,
people
pretty
who
much.
want to do this, I can either confirm or deny if Talbert uses an app for that.
Oh dear. Like there's a Star Wars shallow one.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
I like
I
it.
challenge the league to it. You get pretty crazy for a Monday night. You should stop by.
Ooh.
It's actually
What else are you doing on a Monday night? Like really?
It's
What
pretty.
else happens on Monday night? Shit.
People work.
What's
Yeah, you're not doing anything else on Monday. Don't even lie. Don't even come up with anything. Don't make anything up. You're not doing anything else on a Monday night.
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. He's a firefighter.
I know. I could have firefighter on my team. Sometimes he works on Mondays. He doesn't work every Monday though.
Saying
You maybe miss one out of every 3 Mondays.
should drop by.
Yeah.
See? There you
I'll,
go.
I'll make it for the playoffs. That's all you need.
Yeah, next week it's all new for you.
Yeah. I'm signed up, right?
No. No, we're not giving you.
So Tom, sand flag football. Gonna sign up?
You mean
Or
kickball?
sand kickball?
Sand-
Yes, not flag.
Yeah, I'm gonna sign up on Thursday. Actually,
What?
I'm gonna sign up on Thursday.
On Thursday?
Yeah.
You suck.
Sorry, I'm gonna be that pain. I'm gonna sign up as a free agent on Thursday too.
That's gonna be real tough. Just pitching the ball and sand.
Oh, it's the 16-inch
All
ball
right,
too.
yeah, it's 16-inch
It's
ball.
huge.
The ball I have one at home is literally this big around. Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
Other differences: 40 feet between the bases. 8 players in the field, 4 guys, 4 girls. And strike zone is
Gonna be a lot of
the
drop
plate,
balls.
so the ball has to nick the plate somewhere.
Okay.
Other than that, it's the same rules.
I mean,
Physically nick the plate or
Like any part of the ball, like well, it's the strike zone is the width of
it's
the
a
plate.
huge ball. It's a huge ball.
Oh shit!
I remember my first bucket.
I was extremely full. I wasn't even looking at it.
Yeah, I'm signed up. Almost like last minute as a free agent just to be a pain in the ass commissioner.
how many people do we have?
I don't know. I lost count.
If we get 100 followers, Tom will take off his shirt.
No, nobody wants to see that. Everybody.
Wait, look, people are leaving now. Come on, why do you say that?
We kill the podcast with one statement.
Oh man.
I used to remember.
Yeah.
I was telling you that. Over at whatever, go ahead. More kickball stuff, guys. Come on.
I don't know. It's kind of a slow week.
It was a slow week. There was no game.
We covered
so-
everything last week in prep.
How long's the
So.
podcast? Till 9?
Whenever we.
Well, normally we go about an hour and we're literally talking about legitimate shit the whole time. We're just kind of bullshit around it, so.
That whole 3-girl thing. Why forfeit when you're already going to be playing at a disadvantage if you only have 3 girls?
That's what I'm saying.
It's a social league, number 1.
That is true. However, comma,
Okay.
what happens is when teams know that it's not going to be a negative penalty and every team makes the playoffs, they roster the minimum amount of girls possible to try to
But so-
maximize their advantage.
Even before the rule change about the bunt line, now especially if you're playing 3 girls, that's even more of a disadvantage.
Well,
offensively.
see, that said, I would say girls are
And if you-
extremely more important in the kicking lineup because they're the only ones who can guarantee you a
Yeah,
bunt
so-
anywhere on the field.
Do you have no more than 2 guys can kick?
Oh, there's
in
no
order?
kicking order restrictions.
Well, if you have that, then you can take away that. You have to change the rule for a rule. But if you did that, then it would just be an automatic.
We're just getting over the bunt line rule.
Yeah.
We're just starting to accept that. It's been crazy.
Is a bunt line?
Yeah, first and third.
Okay.
So basically, guys can't bunt. It's
Waka has kick away rules now.
Don't say
That's
the
our
K
default
word.
rule set.
Don't say the K words.
But bunting still happens. You just have to be
Yeah, you just
better.
gotta push it further.
You can't be super fast and get on bases because you can kick the ball.
That hasn't played in a while, guys. Gotta excuse him. He's missed the season of the podcast too, and all the rule discussions.
No, and it's funny too, because like you see the experienced teams when they see a charge of cheating on a guy, they're like, "Yep, time to bunt it." And they bunt, and they get on base.
Yeah.
But no, bunting is down. So the rest of the fielders are seeing a few more balls, which is good. More people getting involved. Admittedly, the catcher is minimized
Yeah,
compared to what they used to be.
Nuked.
They can obviously they're still important to have there for girls.
Do you guys have professional referees, professional paid referees, or is it just teams?
Still volunteers.
That's good.
Yeah. So that's a good question too, because that came up. That came up in our Thursday night league up in Phoebus or Hampton. The whole pro rep or paid refs versus player refs. So there's no such thing as a kickball ref.
That is true.
And you get these softball refs that think they know what they're doing. They think they know. The softball and baseball is not kickball.
And they never move from behind home plate.
And they also come with this attitude that, oh, I'm a softball ref, I'm a professional softball or professional baseball ref, I know exactly what to do, and blah, blah, blah. No, you don't. It's kickball. It's totally different. And this is why you'll get in arguments with players, because the rule book is completely different. And let's be real, you're not going to take the time to study it. You're going to pay $10 an hour. Let's be come Like, players are the better.
I've been in a kickball game with a professional or paid ref, if you will, where both captains went and talked to the ref and said, "No, the rule's actually this," and the ref's like, "No, he's out." Like seriously, that has happened before. So.
And then you as a commissioner have to deal with that.
No.
So, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Not pay the dude?
No, and I'll say this: I think every single team in our league. Every single team has at least one ref on their team that is a better head ref than any ASA softball ref. That is a paid ref.
I got Freed.
If you're out there, I love you. There you are.
He's not.
I keep looking at the computer.
Takes a while.
Yeah. So for the playoffs and the championship in particular, you guys gonna not let your head ref be drinking?
I mean,
It's an issue. It's an issue, and it has been an issue. When I played Peninsula years ago, it's always been an issue.
Oh, it's totally changed.
we have not had that issue on Monday nights. Well, one, we're not like a massive league, so typically we have enough very qualified head refs to go around.
I have to drink to run.
Maybe drink to live.
No, I mean normally by the time like the semifinals and championship games roll around, from the teams that have been limited and the refs we pull from that, we have enough refs that I would feel comfortable reffing the championship game as a head ref, and they're scattered at first base and third base. So there's a lot.
Yeah, usually there's a good amount of people that chill out until that's over. They want to help. They want to be a part of it. I'm generally not one of them, but there are them. They're out there.
No, it's normally we have people that have ref championships before, have refed
Yeah,
tournaments
I'm good.
before, you name it.
I'm good with that. I mean, I'll do it, but I hate doing it.
I mean, I'll say this: I consider myself a pretty good ref, and normally in those championship games, I'll ref first base. Why? Because I feel comfortable with the person that's reffing home or wants to ref home. So I'll be like, you got it. I'll watch first.
Nobody wants to ref them. Nothing. All right, that's all I got.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's about it. So, actually, one question. Maybe we ought to do a poll for audience over the next few weeks. Should we come up with another show for viewing parties? I mean, obviously nothing's going to be Game of Thrones, but...
Oh, yeah. I guess Buccaneers probably wants to do something else.
Mindhunter.
Billions is a good show, too.
You watch Westworld?
No.
Oh, you should watch Westworld.
Mindhunter? That one on Netflix is so good. Have you seen it?
See what?
I'm not sure what else has...
It's about the development of criminal psychology in the 1970s in the FBI. It's incredible. They just do all these... It's live action. It's not like documentary. But they do all these interviews with like Ed Kemper, and they try to get what's the crazy guy's name? This last one is Manson. Charles Manson.
Oh, Manson.
It's good.
We gotta find a show that has enough pop culture following to fill this side of the bar. Well, that's what Game of Thrones.
I mean, realistically,
everybody here.
it's going to be an HBO show,
Yeah.
which is also on a Sunday, which is convenient.
Golden Compass. Yeah, you know the book series, Golden
I mean,
Compass?
I've heard of
and then the failed movie, which was
Yeah, I thought that was a shitty movie
It's
about
a
it.
terrible movie, but the TV series is supposed to be
Oh, you know what other TV show's coming out? Watchmen.
Watchmen, yeah.
Which I've seen a few of the little
We'll throw a poll
trailers
out.
and teasers.
And Megan's like,
It was pretty good.
But I mean, if we throw a poll out and people go and base the poll, we need people to show up.
That's true.
If they're gonna cut us specials for that and whatnot, we
Well,
gotta
I
support
think
them.
one thing with Game of Thrones, I know there were quite a few people that have been with existing watch parties for like the last few seasons. I know a few people that were huge fans that were not coming out on Sunday night because they already had
Yeah.
a group that they watched it with, which I understand.
Sure.
You know.
Never seen it.
when they came back.
What's wrong with you?
long.
What's wrong with you?
It's long and the ending was boring.
It's only like 66 episodes total.
67 episodes.
Oh, they were getting ready to leave.
Get it done.
Oh, I want a hug.
Get it done.
She's like, was you mean to me? And he said, oh, wasn't
I think Leah still wants to have her fashion show.
We've had that discussion as well. Because
She did.
and she
I
gets
said we should do a bachelor auction.
Oh
Wanna be in it?
yeah, dude.
Wanna be in it?
You know, I ain't trying to get that much commitment. Way too much commitment.
It's like an hour.
Actually,
Yeah, last
you know
that
what
long?
we could do? We could do like
I think
an
post-
auction thing and use all the money, throw it towards like party funds.
See, I turned all that because the last
That's not a bad
they
idea.
were here when
I'm gonna write that
What do
down.
you guys think?
Or give it to beach cleanup for foot.
Oh.
Stella, you disgusting.
That's not Stella.
I know it is, and I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That's not a bad idea though.
Social funds.
Bachelor
if-
slash
if-
bachelorette auction for social funds. That means more free drinks at the parties.
I mean, because big picture,
67 cents.
not to throw out, but like $150,
$100.
that's another free keg of beer.
Yeah.
Because John hooks us up, so not much to get another free keg of beer for a party. So
I know it.
I think it'd be hilarious, personally.
Have you talked to Kate about kegs? My sister works
No,
for
he has a
Buffalo
bigger
Mayor.
sister.
really,
She's one of the managers in the office.
well,
Kind of
hey,
a big deal.
She has 4 partition walls.
Well,
Kaylee?
I got you. We'll talk about it.
all right. Hey, anything I can do to get some cheaper kegs,
that would-
especially for something besides Bud Light, I would be thrilled about.
Yeah, let's throw that out there. Let's discuss that and throw it out there later.
Okay.
I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Why not?
Bring out to her.
I mean, we did get the mailbag question. Hey, I think this chick on my team is cute. Well, how do I approach that?
True. Well, there you go. There's your chance.
And I got a forced talk
Uh-oh.
about
Hey, listen, man. I was just driving by.
Everything.
That's really all I got. I just want to see Tom. Oh, I got a text.
Yeah.
What is this?
I think that's about it, man.
How do you spell your last name?
Me, Barcus, B-A-R-C-U-S. That's me right there at the top.
First one. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, that second was the one I had in high school.
Oh shit.
Look at me. I was a beautiful boy back then. Look at that shit, man.
right.
Fluctuating weight. What the hell's my problem?
That's because you use your college pictures as your Tinder profile.
I know. Whoa.
Hey, I might throw a challenge out there.
I don't catfish people, bro.
I'm gonna throw a challenge out there for our bar game. I'm gonna beat everyone in Jenga.
Oh.
I'm throwing it out there right now. I'm gonna
Pint
beat
chug
everyone in Jenga.
competition.
Yeah, he will be. He'll
Because
outchug
my
everyone.
team has not won a bar game yet.
So
We're gonna win. We're gonna win
we're
Jenga.
calling Fusion's gonna win the bar game tomorrow.
Yes.
Funny you say that because going back to that Bumble thing. So last time we played Jenga was in Fall League. I used my Bumble date as my teammate because the rest of my team wasn't here,
Nice.
and we lost.
Nice.
I got yelled at for not paying enough attention to her.
But did you lose?
Wait. You scheduled your Bumble dates for a
Did you?
night?
No,
No.
we had a date before that. But this is the follow-up date.
Okay, so you didn't pay attention to it. I mean, it's normal, right? That's what guys do.
Apparently on Monday nights I'm a social butterfly and I don't stay in a place too
You
long.
bounce around a little bit.
Dude,
See, me on the other hand, I'm like, man, I kind of have to get up and go around and talk to people. And I'm like, shit. I'm like, hey guys, I'll be back. And I go around and talk to everybody, and then I go sit back down.
all right. Well, if the audience doesn't have anything to say, I think we're pretty much done. The tacos are cold, but Hi guys, see you tomorrow.
All right.
My Tinder matches are probing me right
Yo,
now.
have a good night.
That's gonna redo my Tinder profile. I love you.